before we head back over the mountain, and at least share my haul with you. But those guys will be delivering it in a moment. So yeah, we're talking haul. It is kind of rainy today. It's kind of typical Portland weather, you know. You get beautiful days of sunshine and then you get some rain. Yeah, and from what I hear from some of you that are in Arizona, you've only had a half an inch of rain. This is monsoon. Or what did someone say? It's not monsoon season, it's non-soon season. But it was a wonderful time to see the grandson, and I get to see my older grandson on Sunday. Yippee-ki-yay! Yeah, it's gonna be, it's like this was the perfect week for me. It was the perfect week. But I had a wonderful day yesterday. It's literally, from where I am, downtown Portland, it's literally 7 minutes with good traffic. Not with no traffic, with good traffic flow, right over the hill on the back side of us. And I drop down right there. It says, my map on the car says, your destination is on your right. Yippee-ki-yay! And it was quite a day. Everyone wearing masks, only 4 people allowed in the shop. And I ran into Peggy, who has been one of the people who have been coming along with me on quilt roadies and stitch roadies. And I don't know if any of you realize that I have a superpower. Yeah. And my superpower is enabling other stitchers. So Peggy is one of those people that came into my superpower realm, and now she's in deep. And so it was fun to run into her and her husband at Acorns and Threads. How fabulous was that? So that was fun. And then Erin from 2 Martini Stitchers, you've got to go over to her floss tube. I met Erin for the first time at a First Thursday group at Acorns and Threads. And you know, there's just some people that you kind of feel comfortable with right away. And she was one of those people. And so it was so sweet of her. She drove down her first venture out into the world since lockdown. And we met up at Acorns and Threads. And then Becca from SamBrie Stitches decided to come along also with her sister. So there was a little cross-enabling going on for sure, absolutely for sure, but it was a gift. It was a gift. So, and then my grandson got to have his first play date with the grandchild of his maternal grandma's friend at her house, and oh, it just made me cry for him. His first play date. I just love that. And they both wore little masks. You can go over onto my woolymammothblogspot.com and see the photo of the 2 of them. Those children are resilient. The little ones are resilient. They don't know what they've lost. They have no idea. He has no idea that he would normally be in preschool right now with lots of friends. So I think the friends that he does develop, the friendships he does develop, are going to be even more precious for him, because it's not like a whole bunch of kids, you know? Yeah. So let's get on to the haul, because we are packing up and getting ready to leave, but I wanted to show you the haul. So let me get the guys to bring it in. Yeah, back it up here. Back it up. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's good enough right there. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. So here's the thing when it came to haul. I am like the cross stitcher's worst nightmare in terms of buying haul, because the whole toilet paper thing was totally lost on me. But now, I mean, when we went to buy a little freezer, sold out. The news says you can't find an air conditioner anywhere. And then the whole thing there a month or so ago about fabric and floss not being available, I have turned into this hoarder, that's what I am. Because I put down in my phone a list of what flosses I need. And when I see them on the rack, because Acorns and Threads has a lot of floss. So there's somebody you want. You have to call them up and leave them a message and leave your phone number. They don't have like an online web shopping. But if you don't get a call back, call again. I mean, it's a small shop, you know, it's got a small crew, but they are all about wanting to help you. So I wouldn't give up on them because they have a lot of floss. But I'm here to tell you that every color I needed, I bought 2 of them because I didn't know exactly how many I needed, but I was worried. I was hoarding, and so I bought 2 of every color I needed. And you know what? I didn't feel bad. I didn't feel bad at all. Yeah, because, you know, our governor is starting to talk about shutting down our state line. Yeah. Not wanting any cross interstate travel. So I need to get prepared. I'm the prepper of cross stitch. You know, like, you want 25 years of food? No way! 25 years of floss? Yes, that's me. I know some of you know, and some of you may not have heard, I actually won a giveaway, and I rarely enter them, and you know, I know how hard it is to win. So when I went on to Lost and Floss and found out I won the triplets, I squealed. So here's the thing, I decided that I want to do them all together. Not in 3 separate pictures, but to have them all together. And so I needed a big enough piece of fabric for that. And thank God the guy is backed up. It's hard to back up into a 2nd floor condo. Yeah, it's hard to back up. But I decided that I was going to do it all on 1 piece of fabric, and the charts called for 30 count, but I didn't like the colors that were available on 30 count, so I went with Picture This Plus Linen Helix on 28 count. And it's just a little bit, yeah, there we go. It's a little bit of a blue-gray color, and it's a nice big piece. And I asked the gals at the shop, give me the smallest piece you think will work. Yeah, that would be a big piece. Because Barb told me that she was putting it in the mail, and I know I'm going to start it when I can't even begin to, I can't even begin to show you all this floss that I bought. I bought a ton of floss. What can I say? I had a list that I needed for a couple of different projects, and then the 3 triplets, you know, so I bought all of those, and there were about 3 colors that were not available. Oh jeez. Oh jeez. Yeah. Look at this. Let's see. Can I get that? maybe it'll show up, but that's a ton of floss. Then I know that 2 of these, let's see, which one is this one? Yeah, I think 2 of these, oatmeal. I really wanted to do Beth Twist's, you know, her exclusive chart that I showed, that's exclusive to Acorns and Threads. So if you want to do that chart, you're going to have to call them up and leave your name and phone number. But I decided, Becca from SamBrie Stitches, she, a couple months ago, about 3 months ago, sent me an adorable little pillow coffee time. And so I have it on display in the kitchen area, and in a new little tiered decorative thing that I bought from Crafter's Warehouse. And I decided I wanted to keep that kind of brownish theme because, you know, that's how my house rolls. And so I decided to do that Beth Twist project on Picture This Plus linen 32 count gingerbread and using oatmeal. This is the Gentle Art Sampler Threads oatmeal. So that is really pretty. That is really pretty. You can actually maybe see the color better back here. But this gingerbread is very, very pretty. Yeah, so I did that. And then just because I fell so in love with the fabric that I received and suggested for my girlfriend Karen for Land That I Love, which is Teresa Kogut's latest sampler. And that was done on Fiber on a Whim Lugana Old Gold, that I decided I just needed an extra piece of that. So old gold. Yeah, it's a big chunk. It's a big chunk. But you know, if the state line is shut down, how will the truck get through? You know, I'm sure they'll do all kinds of deliveries and stuff. But you know, I tend to sometimes reactionarily freak out and then bring myself back to my calm Zen demeanor, who says everything is going to be okay. You'll get all your projects done. Okay. Then they had just gotten this fabric in, and there's 3 pieces left there. So if you're going to want it, you're going to have to call as soon as you see this video. And it is an even weave fiber flare 28 count Berkshire Hive. Oh my gosh, I am so starting over that stitch of the blue flower with the sleeping bee on this fabric. And I'm hoping you can see. I'll try to stand it out of the way, but it has a little hive all printed on it. Oh, it is. It's the bee's knees. I know I shouldn't have filmed in front of the window, but I love feeling like I live in a tree house. Yeah. This purchase was because of Audrey from Stitchy Witch 42. Yeah. When I met up with her at Acorns last month, she bought this, and then she showed it on her video. I saw it the day she bought it, and then she showed it on her video, and then I've been resisting it, and then I said, I wonder if they have a copy, and they did, so I had to buy it because it is freaking filled with a bunch of cute projects. And that is the latest Just Cross Stitch 2020 special collector's issue of Halloween with 58 spooky designs. Yeah, piece of cake. I'll just do this whole thing. I can't remember who it was that was going to be I think maybe in 2021. Was it Coffee Stitcher or Married with Stitches? I'm not sure who it was, but someone was going to do, oh no, maybe it was Melanie Watkins, going to do stitching from magazines for a whole year. I know, I can laugh. Piece of cake, piece of cake. Yeah, so I naturally needed more floss away bags because I have a lot of floss now, and that's how I store my floss. I also decided that there were some pins in my life that I'm turning into needle minders. Yeah, well, that'll be a whole nother video. I'll have to show you that. And instead, I will save that for next time. So I think I'm set for a while. I think I've got enough projects to keep me out of trouble. Maybe not. But boy, if you go over to my blog and you see that photo of the charts that Becca has, I'm kind of feeling a little bit smug. Yes, just a little bit smug. Yep, that's the way it rolls. That's the way it rolls here. So thank you for stopping by, and next time we meet up, we'll be on the other side of the mountain, and hopefully I'll be able to show you some progress on my whips. I've been working hard every day, a different project. I cannot tell you how extraordinary that feels. It's not like you have to do a lot, you just have to do a different one every day, and you just feel energized when you're working on something totally different each day. So I'm kind of loving it. I do have to readjust how I'm approaching my Korean peeps, because that one has to get done. Not done, but the next little peep has to be done by the end of the month. And you can't do one of those in a day of stitching or 2 days of stitching. So what I'm doing is in the morning when I get up, I usually have about an hour, hour and a half when G and I are having coffee and watching the news. I usually have about an hour to an hour and a half of stitching. So that morning stitching is solely for the Korean peeps. And then my evening stitching, because I go up to the beehive and I'm in the quilt world now. And when I come down in the evening and we're watching Midsummer Murders, man, there's a lot of murders going on. And I'm watching TV, I stitch my August whip, and wow, I can't tell you how relaxing it is not to have to make a decision, just to pick one up and start stitching it. So August is going to be a good month. August is going to be a good month. Even though we didn't get to go camping. Okay, I'm over that. I'm over that. Okay. We'll see ya next time around. Please be safe. Know that you have a friend here, and keep on stitching. It's good for the soul.